17, maybe.
I have no idea.
One-of-a-kind players is what we're talking about. Kelven and I are back. This is just something I was thinking of. There's something like there are always certain players that stand out, obviously more than everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, like there's always that top tier of players, but then there's always that like other
tier. Yeah. That elite tier that stand out for either what they do on the field or like what they do. Or the combination of both, like on the field and how their personalities exist outside the sport of play as well.
Yeah. So I was thinking of when I thought this topic was Babe Ruth. I think nobody will ever be like him ever again because I think he was so out there and so opinionated and eating like hot dogs and beer, and he was kind of fat but still played outfield and pitcher, and the curse around him, being traded to the Yankees.
Right.
So I just think, because I've read some stuff about him too, read some books and some articles about him, and it's just like, he'd be a cool personality, and he was so standoff, like calling out his coaches and his called shot. Like,
right.
There's so much, what's the word, like folklore surrounding
Right.
And it's hard with like, because he was in the 20s and 30s, it's hard to like, obviously there was no one before him.
Yeah.
Because baseball was only around for like 30 years.
And it wasn't as documented as it was maybe.
Yeah.
He was like the first like really documented player like that, especially with the Yankees.
Yeah. So like whenever nowadays anybody comes out, you always get compared to someone else because sports have been around for so long. So yeah, that's just to explain where my mindset was with this topic, kind of.
For me, I think it's Wilt Chamberlain. For me personally, just because he was like. You hear like the stories of like all the different women he slept with and things like that, and the only person to score a 100-point game in the NBA, and he played with the Globetrotters for a couple years as well. Yeah. So I like he's like I like his character a lot just because he was on top of that he was such a dominant athlete in his sport too. He was really the only guy in the league that was 7-footer at the time when he first came in.
Now that's like standard.
Yeah. Now it's just standard, and and so I think he's a really interesting a really interesting player in sports just because, like I said, he has a 100-point game. He's got different rules. There's like certain rules that they created because of Wilt Chamberlain. They made goaltending. Goaltending was made because of Wilt Chamberlain. Because Wilt Chamberlain used to just stand underneath the basket and like if he saw it going in, he'd like punch it out. And they're like, "Yo, that shouldn't be allowed." So like I said, they had to change the certain aspects of the game because you're not expecting a guy they weren't expecting a guy to be 7'1" and to be able to play the game like this. Even one of the best basketball players of all time, and Bill Russell's only 6'9". He's not much bigger than LeBron is now. So
about what, 6'8"?
Yeah, 6'8".
Sometimes I just forget how tall basketball players are.
Yeah, right. Just like a 6'8" is like, oh yeah, that's casual, just regular 6'8". Kristaps is 7'3", can dribble. Shoot, and same thing with Embiid.
And Ben Simmons growing 3 inches over the summer, and now he's almost 7 feet, and it's just like
that's 6'11" or something like that.
Same
thing as
6'11" point guard.
That was Giannis. Giannis was like that too when he came up. When he was initially when he came in the league, he was 6'9" or something like that. He grew a couple more inches and put on like 20 or 30 pounds in a year. And he's still a wiry kid too, but
wiry is definitely the word.
Yeah, but all those guys are like that. Most of the players are like that, especially with coming out. None of them are they're all teenagers still, so they're still not fully developed or anything like that. So I
know, sometimes I think about that too. It's I still grew in college. The first year or two. I forget exactly when I stopped going, but it's still my first year. Kids come out, you forget you're that young. Yeah, but like I said,
I think there's certain players that kind of started the trend to be athletes that really stood out. One of my favorite athletes, Muhammad Ali, who definitely always stood out because with he had such strong opinions about what's going on in the world outside of him. He was one of the original civil rights kind of athletes who really spoke out about civil issues when at a time where like it was like there was a lot of segregation and different things like that going on. I mean, he was during the Vietnam War where you refused to serve, you refused to enter the draft and everything like that too. So like that was like a really
like a fight get canceled or something because of that.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
He had to get out of the country or something.
Yeah, well, I think he had to he got arrested or something like that. So yeah, I mean, like in I think a lot of those old school athletes are like that, especially him, because like, he was such a polarizing figure back in that time where like people didn't like him because he had strong political opinions, he had strong ties to Malcolm X, he had he converted to Islam as well, and but he was such a good fighter that people just kind of shut everything else out, and it was like, wow, this guy is special though. It's like he can talk, and I loved hearing a trash talk. He was one of the greatest talkers of all time, and I think that always gets forgotten because people know him for his later stages off in his life where he had Parkinson's, so he wasn't really there a lot. I mean, Layla Ali, his daughter, had a really good boxing career on the women's side.
She was undefeated, man.
Yes.
Not a lot.
No, I think it was 15 or something 15 and I could be wrong about that. And then he actually has a grandson that plays college football at Cal, I want to say. Oh. Yeah, Biagio Walsh Ali is what his name is.
All right then.
Played over at Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas. Yeah, little running back. Look him up. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of athletes. Whether it's just and I think it's interesting to see athletes who are a combination of both really big off the field and really good at what they do on the field as well.
I think that's the key, that you have to back it up on both ends.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Wayne Gretzky because first of all, his points are just astronomical.
Yeah.
Like when people say there'll never be another one like him,
there really won't be.
I think Yager has the second most points, and
he's still way behind.
1,000 short.
And he's 50 years old. Yeah, and he's not even in the NHL right now.
For 24 years. Yeah, I think Yager said he wanted to play until he was 50, but.
And he's close.
He's playing in Russia or Europe.
Somewhere over Europe, yeah.
Still playing, but not in the NHL.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Gretzky, he was destroying people.
Yeah.
And his skill. I was talking to Ryan about it one day, and he was like, well, it was a different game. And I was like, well, yeah, but it's a different game every 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different game every 5 years. 5 years ago in the NFL, there was a the Wildcat offense was dominating the league, and that's non-existent now. So
Gretzky he scored 92 goals in a season.
Yeah.
Now it's good if you get to 50.
Yeah, exactly. It's impressive if you get to 50. Yeah.
Oh my god. And I think my favorite stat, I might have said it before on one of the episodes, but my favorite Wayne Gretzky stat is that him and his brother are the highest scoring siblings in NHL history. And his brother has 3 points.
That's funny. That's good.
Yeah, his stats are ridiculous. It was I think it was on Reddit. Probably it was on Reddit. It was something. It was a similar topic, what are some records that won't be broken? And somebody listed all of Gretzky's things.
Yeah.
It's oh man, he will not be beaten at anything. Anything he set a record for, he just destroyed.
There's certain things I think it's gonna take a while. And I think it will get broken at some point. But the all-time rushing record, I think that's gonna be tough just because of where the NFL is now.
Yeah.
And
I agree. It's not
as run dominant, and on top of that, I mean, there's not a really long life for running backs either.
That's true too.
I mean, people thought it was going to be Adrian Peterson there for a little bit, but I mean, you saw he dropped very quickly, and I think he's getting I saw it. He might not even have be on the Cardinals next year because I don't know why they keep him with David Johnson.
But they have another running back too.
They might, because I remember they had,
look at all the good running backs the past 10 years.
Yeah,
Chris Johnson
fell off.
Yeah, fell off, and I mean Adrian Peterson had some off-field stuff too, but still.
He still
played for a little bit afterward.
Right.
Just the skill and who else? There's somebody else I was thinking of. But I mean, look at what it seemed more like running back by committee works.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like obviously the
both the teams in the Super Bowl this year. It was a committee.
Like every year.
Yeah, they have like 5 running backs. They're all the same. Like they like all look the same. And all somehow do something very different from each other. But they all look like the same person, except for Rex Burkhead. He's like the same size as the other guys. He's just white.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
But yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, and I said it is like a committee type thing now. So like, I think it'll be tough. Like, it'll be tough for somebody to break Emmitt Smith's record because he played for such a long time.
Yeah, in a run heavy
time in the league. You know, behind a really good offensive line through most, if not all, of his career.
Yeah. So I think that would be something we can catch on later. We're running. We still have a lot of time. I was thinking of anybody. We didn't really hit a football player yet. Not that we have to hit one for every sport.
Yeah. I think for...
will we ever see another Brady/Belichick combo?
I think you could. I mean...
Because
I'm sure people are thinking like, will we ever see like another like Bill Walsh to Joe Montana combo or something like something along those lines? You know, that was a coach for the 49ers, Bill Walsh. Right? Yeah. Okay. Making sure I'm not speaking wrong things over here. But yeah, so I mean,
at least you acknowledge if you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's a big part of it.
But yeah, I mean, because like that was a really like lethal combo. I mean, like there's coach quarterback combos that come along for like, I mean, you have you know Chuck Noll and Bradshaw and Terry Bradshaw. I mean, Roger Staubach and Tom Landry, Bill Walsh and Joe Montana or Steve Young.
You had Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb.
Okay. But yeah, so I think that there will be like a combo like that again.
I mean, I think there might be a combo like that. Like, I feel like there's always, every generation or so, there's always a coach QB combo that kind of runs the league. Mm-hmm. But just the fact that Brady made it to 8 Super Bowls.
Yeah, like, that's insane.
And it might be more if he plays for 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah.
Like, that's the crazy part. Like, I don't know if any other player will make it to 8 Super Bowls.
I don't think so.
Like,
I don't think so.
I still can't get over the argument somebody said. It was on Fox Sports, of course.
Yeah.
It was a highlight I saw. And it was on Twitter that I saw it, and they're like, it was on Undisputed, but it wasn't Skipper Shannon. They had like replacement people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and so he said that because Brady has lost 3 now, he's 5-3.
Mm-hmm.
That makes him worse than.
Oh yeah.
Montana.
Yeah, I did see that.
4-0. I was like, still made it to 4 more Super Bowls.
Yeah, and one more.
Yeah, you still won more. Like,
that's like the argument that's like the argument that a lot of people use with LeBron James to Michael Jordan now too. It's like oh well, Michael Jordan went to 6 and you won all 6, and like LeBron's like lost all these. I'm like, who did Michael Jordan like really have to beat? Like the NBA wasn't as good as it was back then as it is now. Like other teams, like he had like the Bad Boy Pistons that he had to go up against, which I mean was a good team, but once they disbanded, they just weren't that good afterwards. I mean, he dealt with the ends of like the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson era.
Colin Cowherd said he never beat Bird in the playoffs, like in a series.
I don't know.
Like that sounded weird to me. But at the same time, I don't know enough basketball to dispute it. But it was kind of the transition year. It was Bird was right before Jordan, so it might have been those first few years where Jordan was playing and just never got through Bird. But yeah, that's the thing too.
Yeah, like I said, and then, like they're like, I mean, you had the Rockets. The Rockets were good some of those years around there with Olajuwon, but I mean, the Knicks weren't really that good. I mean, they had Patrick Ewing, they had some like Bernard King, or not Bernard King, Hopkins. Like they had good teams, but like there's no Warriors. There's no. Yeah, I mean, from LeBron's point of view, like there was no Warriors teams that Michael Jordan really had to face.
How many? LeBron has 3 rings.
3 rings, yeah. It's 2 with Miami and then 1 with Cleveland.
Yeah, he only has 1 with Cleveland.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's made it
he's made it 7 years in a row. Yeah,
that's the thing too. Like
he's made it on some like that, like a bad team, like that one year that he made it. with the Cavaliers. That first year that they made it with the Cavaliers, back before he went to Miami. Like that was a bad team. That was a really bad team.
The one where they lost to the Mavs.
No. It was before he went to Miami. It was they lost to the Spurs. They got swept by the Spurs. And because it was like him and then like nobody else. Like Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Oh man,
that's all I can name. Anderson Varejao.
Varejao. Afro.
Booby Gibson. Daniel Gibson. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Didn't even name a starting five.
No.
4 people.
That was a bad team. That might have been the worst team in finals history.
Yeah. Well, I heard him. What's his name?
Well, outside of maybe
Max Kellerman said the 0-1 Sixers are the worst finals team ever.
Oh yeah. There's still Dikembe.
Dikembe and AI.
Yeah, I think like. Yeah, I think that's a stronger team.
I didn't think that was that bad.
No, I think that's a stronger team than that.
Like if you can name 3 people off the top of your head.
Right, that like were solid kind of like who will you think will go to the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Like I think Dikembe is either in the Hall of Fame or like.
I think he's already in. Honestly.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think AI got in like past.
No, he did. No, he's in.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that Cavs squad, like you were saying.
Like you can't really name. Yeah, I can't.
4,
yeah.
So
I mean, like
that could be a topic for another.
But like I said, I mean, to get back to like the original topic, I guess. I mean, there's no. I don't think, and this is a weird one of a kind player, and it's for football. I don't think you see another O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson was such an interesting case because I mean he had like such a successful career at USC. And like this is just going off like what I saw like when I was watching his biography type thing that like ESPN did like that 5-part biography thing. Right.
I thought that won an Oscar, right?
It did.
Like
it did actually.
Best documentary.
Yeah.
I think it was the longest movie ever to win an Oscar because it's like 7 hours.
Yeah, long. It was really good too. I still haven't finished all of it honestly, but like the first 4, I watched like the first 4 parts, and it was fantastic, and it was like really interesting to actually see how truly polarizing he was, mainly the black communities, because at the time he was at USC, there was all these athletes were speaking out against different things that were happening. I mean, John, like Jim Brown.
Was he at USC in the 80s?
70s.
70s.
Yeah. So I think it was like around the time. It was like around
right after
like Vietnam.
Yeah.
So like that was when like Jim Brown was speaking out. Yeah. Muhammad Ali was speaking out.
Vietnam was.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar just changed his name from Lou Alcindor to Kareem, and it was like, and they were like they expected, and there was like all the highest, like most high profile black athletes from different sports, and there was like a lot of controversy from a lot of backlash from them once like OJ wouldn't speak out and wouldn't help the cause for civil rights within African Americans. So like that was a really polarizing thing. Obviously, he was still very successful on the field. He actually. And it was like watching that documentary. It was like really interesting to see that he actually didn't have that great of a career in the NFL.
Oh no,
he had a good one. I mean, enough to be, I guess, in the Hall of Fame, but like it wasn't great.
Yeah, I remember that
because he had the 2,000-yard season, but he had like when he first
like you do one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're known for.
Yeah, he got in there early. Like early on in his career, he had a coach that was like a pass-heavy coach, and so like he had stone hands, so he couldn't catch the ball. He wasn't a good receiver, and it just didn't mesh well at all. And they got this other guy in there, and it was he just run, and that's how he got a 2,000-yard season. But like he wasn't great in the NFL, but he was more known for what he did, like what he was doing off the field, like commentating in movies, acting doing different things like that. And then the trial, killing his wife and everything like that. So like I don't think we'll ever see anything that's like quite like that either.
Yeah, that is a different way to look at it. But I
even I said in different negative ways too. Like even like Aaron Hernandez, it was like a crazy thing because like I don't think I've ever seen anything that was truly like that. Where
double homicide? It wasn't triple, was it?
They said that he was on trial for killing 3 people total because there was a double homicide, and then like he I think
right.
he officially
was like a witness or something.
Yeah, and he killed the witness. Yeah, Odin Lloyd or something. I believe his name. The guy's name was. So yeah, so like just like seeing something like that, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. And it's always different to see like more polarizing players kind of emerge, and people want to take sides on people, and people like really support somebody very heavily, or just like I don't want to deal with this player. Yeah. Like I said, like people like Johnny Manziel or Tim Tebow are perfect examples of that.
They're polarizing, but I don't think they're on that
level.
Not.
They're definitely not on that level because they just didn't have that kind of success.
We'll see quite a few of those.
Yeah.
College quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Manziel beat Alabama before that kind of made him Johnny Football.
Right.
Because nobody knew who he was before that.
Exactly.
And then he started off well that second game against them, but Nick Saban Saban. Yeah. I think, and with Tebow too, I don't know if I will see someone who is as like, maybe that's a little too much, but he's pretty humanitarian. Like, he's so involved with the community,
right?
Like, and he still is. So it was just kind of weird how I don't know if it was much of him. It's just the media, like,
oh well, yeah. I mean, when
like some athletes do have that like spotlight on them because they're that good or they make these decisions. But Tebow was just like,
especially when you have First Take talking about Tim Tebow every single day, and this, that, and the third, shattered the mold and everything like that. And,
it's not going. I know he didn't do anything.
Yeah,
so,
you won a playoff game. You're like, oh yeah, you won a playoff game. You're like, yeah. He threw a quick slant to Demaryius Thomas, and Demaryius Thomas ran 80 yards untouched for a touchdown. Yeah, he did a lot of work on that play. Lived through a quick slant. It's like, oh, they won the game. Like, yeah, you remember like the 4 quarters leading up to that game until like they had to like win it in overtime. Yeah, I remember that. That's why they decided they want to spend money on a quarterback that could actually throw the football, and that's why they got Peyton Manning.
I think it's close, but I think Mike Trout could be in that conversation too, just because he's been so good for like 5 years now.
No, I said, and like I said, it's just different now, just because baseball isn't as big, so he's not like super well known to people who are like to like the like me as a casual baseball fan, like I know him, but like I don't know of his stats, like I know the name and I know he's really good, but I don't know the stats.
Well, I mean, people forget that he like it's thrown around a lot, but like a 5-tool player.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he really is a 5-tool player. He has a cannon in the outfield. He made multiple iconic catches. Like, he steals bases. Like, people forget he's really good at stealing bases. I think he stole like 30 last year.
Right.
And he's still hitting like 300 every year.
Yeah.
In the MVP, first or second, his first 5 years of the league. Like,
which is absolutely crazy. Like I said, it's like I said, I mean, he's a great player. And it's just, like I said, like when you're talking about, like, I think he could get there at some point, especially if he keeps up. And granted, like, at least his first year he's ever like really gotten injured too, which is like insane.
Yeah, it's like 4.5 years.
Yeah, especially playing 162 games, like like not really resting. Like I think that was like really insane to kind of look at. But I mean, like I said, if he can definitely do it, and if baseball can figure out a way to like make all like their superstar players more marketable outside of their region, then I mean, he can definitely be up there. It's just like I said, it's just like now in a day and age where everything is like so over, like it's all about brand recognition, face recognition, and everything like that. I mean, it would make sense to like get like your superstars to get big time endorsements and like see them all over the field, and they do things, like I said, like he donated $27,000 to like the Hurricane Harvey. So I mean, he's like doing things outside of the game, like humanitarian type work. I think definitely always helps when it comes to like one of a kind type people as well. Yeah,
I don't know if he has the personality though, because he's like I mean he has a good personality. He's level headed, but he's not like a character. Yeah, he's if you think baseball, like you think him, like
You think character, you're thinking Bryce Harper
a little bit, like Embiid, obviously.
Also, congrats on that conversation with Buster Olney too. That was pretty cool.
Thanks. I tweeted that and my phone vibrated. I thought it was like a text. Buster Olney replied to you. I was like, what? And I wanted to clear the air because I didn't want to make it sound like I was taking a shot at him.
Yeah.
So I cleared it up, and then he responded again. I was like, are we like best friends now? But I didn't know what to say after the fact, so I was just like, I'm just going to leave it. Every year.
Yeah, they will. Every year. Probably losing. And I was like, because like I saw it because I was about to make a comment. I'm like, hey, they've lost in the second round too. But I mean, as far as like one of a kind players, I think LeBron has a chance to be in that category.
I think LeBron, yeah,
especially if he passes Kareem's like all-time scoring record for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And I think just
like Kareem did it. Kareem was in the league for a long time. He kind of
changed the contracts a little bit because he would only sign one or two
deals,
which we talked about before.
He'd sign like the one year contract,
or with an option or something. And then just the fact that he was a free agent after Cleveland after his first run. Mm-hmm. And ESPN made a special about where he was going to go. Like, what other free agent has that ever happened with?
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
never seen it.
It was over the top.
Oh, for sure, it was over the top. But I mean, like it still went. Like he still like all the proceeds and everything like that still went to a good cause. Like I think it all went to the Boys and Girls Club, and like he's good humanitarian wise. He's really good when it comes like the civil rights type thing, which is like not something you really can say about Michael Jordan because like Michael Jordan really never spoke out about issues like that.
That's the thing too. Yeah, when he was a good athlete but gambling problems, retiring and not retiring, and when people say he's a bit of a dick, in real life, like it's more of a negative thing, like but same thing with Jordan though. Like I get he's like one of the best, and he has these iconic moments like the flu game,
right,
and the dunk contest and all that. But at the same time, I'm kind of like nothing ever went above and beyond in my eyes. Like
I mean.
Like,
well, it's just
he was really good.
Yeah,
and he won 6 straight, but like Bron's been to 7 straight now.
Yeah, and it's not even just that. It's just like the brand that he created. Like that's the biggest thing. Yeah. I mean, he has really good stats. Obviously, he played great on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, he was one of the better scorers of his generation, even though he wasn't actually a great 3-point shooter. But it's just like the brand that he created was the biggest thing. It's just being able to say like, I mean, he's a billionaire because of his his shoes and his apparel basically.
That are still around.
Yeah, exactly. That are still not only around but are still like prominent. Like the one of the highest selling shoes out there.
Like how many other brands just fell off?
I mean, he has his own brand within Nike. That's insane. Like it's like LeBron still has like a Nike swish. Like Jordan doesn't. It's all Jumpman logo.
Right, yeah.
And like to the point where like since he owns the Hornets, like they don't like ever since the league went over to Nike, they're the only ones that have the Jumpman logo. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
And I think the All-Star uniforms are gonna have the Jumpman logo too. Right. Yeah. But I mean he's like even moving over to other sports too. I mean, he's got certain NFL players and baseball players like wear like Jordan themed cleats, like Manny Machado, Adam Jones, like wear Jordan themed cleats. I know Des Bryant among a few other players wear Jordan themed cleats as well. And I mean even the college football wise, they have like University of Michigan wears Jumpman. Like even for football, they wear all Jordan logo stuff. Obviously UNC does now too. Actually UNC just started it for football, like just this past year. But yeah, I mean, that's why he's so transcendent. Like that's why he's kind of one of a kind because he was the first player to like really be marketed in that strong of a way. Like between all the Gatorade commercials, Got Milk commercials, everything like that. Plus on top of that, like the iconic moments of different games, like scoring 66 and the shrug and the flu game and different things like that. So I mean that's why he's one of a kind. It's not like I still think LeBron is better than Michael. I think if they played in the same generation, I think LeBron would be regardless because like, oh no, like you could play defense on LeBron. I'm like, okay, but LeBron's got about like 50 pounds and 2 inches. So I don't know why you think that's the case, So I mean, like I said, he's interesting. Like I said, LeBron, I think for sure, like I said, he's done such a good job of being like really reaching out into like the communities, like especially like being like civil rights kind of activist, especially now with like that thing that's going on now about like that Fox News reporter like calling him out and everything like that.
I didn't see the details on that.
She was just
I kind of avoid Fox News.
Yeah, it's like it just popped all over Black Twitter today. So that's why.
Black Twitter.
Yeah, yes. So that's how I ended up seeing it. Because like apparently he was like in there like he was like in a car talking with Kevin Durant on Bleacher Report or something like that, and they were just like talking for a long time, and they brought up politics, and this woman from this I don't even know her name. I don't care to know her name.
Yeah.
But
sometimes I just read reports and like.
Yeah.
You not have anything else to report on. Like,
yeah. So I mean, there's things like that. Like people are starting to speak out more. I mean, you have full. I think that's the biggest thing now. Is like where we are as a country now. Like people like you're expecting more and more people to kind of speak up and kind of make their voices be known.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it was like really important for like the Warriors to not go to the White House after winning a championship. The Eagles look like they're likely not going to be going.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if anybody expected them to go, then you're stupid because because they literally came out to Meek Mill like at the Super Bowl.
It was a Reddit post and somebody was like, because they showed them running in the Meek Mill and they were talking about it. And
yeah.
was like, oh, like a casual fan was like, who's Peters? And they're like, oh, like he got injured and he was out for the year.
Right.
And so I commented, they came out to Meek Mill holding a jersey of a fallen player.
Yeah.
The Patriots came out to the most typical, like,
they came, yeah, exactly. And they came out to, like, the stuff that I listened to warming up for high school athletics.
Yeah. But, like,
and I was like, yep, that's, like, well, like, as soon as I saw it happen in the play, like, like, before the game started, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what I expected. Yeah. That's what I was expecting.
I didn't really hear it because I was talking, like, during the pre-show, but I watched it. I was like, all right, they're coming out and they're holding Peters jerseys.
Yeah.
Like, they're obviously motivated. Like,
right.
The Patriots, I compared the Patriots, not to anyone in particular, just to myself, to the Soviet Union in the 1980 Olympics.
Yeah.
Just how they won so many times.
Right.
People and then they finally lost, and I think it was Bob Lee commented on it, or Bob Costas, and they were like, when they lost, they actually looked like they didn't know what to do. Like, they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't believe that they lost. Yeah.
Yeah, and they saw the USA like celebrating winning.
Yeah.
And they that didn't click in their heads. And to me, I always thought of the Patriots. I was like, they don't like it's so weird for them to lose. They don't know what to do.
Yeah. Honestly, still the craziest thing to me about like USA winning that is the fact that wasn't even the gold medal match. Like
that was to get into the.
That was supposed to get into into the gold medal match.
Yeah. I think they beat like Finland or something.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah. That's a crazy game too. That's more of a moment that I don't think will ever happen again versus a player. But
because like you're never gonna see like any kind of like an underdog that's that big.
Yeah.
I mean, well, okay, you had Leicester City or whatever, the soccer.
Oh yeah.
Who was like
Leicester,
whatever. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it said Leicester.
Leicester, yeah. I don't know.
It looks like it has 6 syllables.
Yeah, honestly, but yeah.
What do you do in England?
And and they're like like 10,000 to 1 odds to win to win or anything like that.
That was the Premier League, right?
Something like that. I don't know enough about soccer, but that's my point. Like that was a big time underdog type thing, but like it doesn't.
It was big for them.
Yeah, it's big for them and big for like the soccer fans that are like here, obviously. But like, there's not that many of them here. Cause I don't know. I don't know enough about teams over there.
No.
I know
some.
Yeah, I know.
I forget like what seasons you're on when, and then some of the big players are playing on like 3 different teams throughout the season.
Year round.
Yeah.
They're all like billionaires over there too because they're getting paid crazy money.
Oh yeah, they get absurd, and then the transfer fees.
Oh my god! Like the transfer fee for Neymar was like 200-something million pounds or something like that, or whatever currency. Because he was like going from Barcelona to PSG, which is the Paris team.
Paris. It's probably euros.
Yeah, euros.
I think Barcelona uses euros.
Okay.
I think there's only 2 countries that don't use euros. I think it's England and Switzerland.
Okay.
Switzerland has francs. That's what they call it. They call it Swiss francs. Switzerland.
But like, I'm just trying to think of like other moments that have been like.
I think if we get into more moments, I think sometimes like we take it too much. Like obviously the 1980 Olympics is like will be forever.
Yeah.
Like USA Olympic memory.
Yeah.
But like for example, like Chloe Kim, like this time next year, how many people are still gonna be talking about her?
Not a single one.
Yeah, like
nobody
is. In
the
moment, yeah. Like, we're gonna forget about her until. That's why I was actually thinking for an athlete like Michael Phelps because like you knew who he was all year round, and then he did some stuff off the field, and then
he was like suspended there for a little bit too.
Yeah, suspended, then he retired, and then he didn't.
Yeah,
he set the record, and just how like how like he defied physics. Like his body shouldn't have worked the way it did.
Oh yeah.
They did a sports science about him. Like he's also like 6'8", 6'6".
He's like 6'6", I think. Yeah.
But his arm span's like 7 feet.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be that long. And
he can like slap his back. You see him like warming up, he like slap his back. Like like
they like hold the race so he can do that.
Yeah.
He's like superstitious. Yeah, it's crazy. I think I don't know if we'll see another. I mean, like Olympic athlete maybe. Like Shaun White is pretty popular.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, like, because I mean, he can only do that one event, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's not.
He won't get the medals.
No.
But he might.
But I just think in general, like
fame.
the Winter Olympics are just not. There's not as much popularity with the Winter Olympics here compared. Like I mean, like Shaun. Like don't get me wrong. Like Shaun White's still a big name. He's probably easily the biggest name that we have in the Winter Olympics now. I mean, it's got to be like him and like Lindsey Vonn are like top two.
Yeah. And then it's a big gap.
Yeah, because everybody else, like Chloe Kim's like 17 years old, so she's just bursting onto the scene now. You know, like I think she will get to that point at some point, that Shaun White point. But even then, like, are we really gonna like remember it that well? Especially with like snowboarding in general, just because snowboarding is such a new event and USA is completely dominated in it.
Because we have the X Games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like Shaun White quit the X Games so he could focus on the Olympics.
Yeah, he used to do
both.
Both, yes.
Yeah, skateboarding and snowboarding. And he was
always a lot better when it came to snowboarding.
Oh yeah, I think that's where he like first got into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think take a little sharp turn going from the Olympics. I think in wrestling terms, there are three guys who will never be top. Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
He's got his own ESPN 30 for 30.
Yeah. And like obviously his character was like that. Like in the ring and stuff, but like all the stories you hear behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, I think Shawn Michaels.
Really?
I think so. Just because he lasted so long.
He did last long. Well, I think a lot of them lasted a really long time.
He was a bit of an asshole behind the scenes, and then he hurt his back and was out for like 4 years. And then was a born again Christian and like came back, and even when he was like later in his career, he was still putting on like great matches. You know? Yeah,
because like they like revitalized like DX.
Yeah. Twice.
Yeah. Him and Triple H.
Yeah. I just think because he's such a natural performer, like in general, like for any like performance people, he just knew how to work it.
Yeah. I think for me, I think The Rock could be up there just because like how much he's done since, you know, like it's not just based off of his like wrestling career. It's just like,
well, when you look, if you're looking at the overall picture, Rock was
like the biggest movie star in the world now. Like,
not only was he top of the card wrestling, he's the highest paid actor, I think, in 2017.
Yes, that sounds right. Between like him and Kevin Hart, I think.
Yeah, and he was doing TV and movies because he's
doing the Ballers, on Ballers too,
which is what in its third season.
Yeah,
fourth
going on to his fourth. Yeah,
so he can do TV and movies, and he's like,
and not just like regular like small time production movies, like full on blockbusters.
Oh, yeah,
like Jumanji was a pretty big movie this year.
I mean, he makes a lot of blockbusters, and to me, I think some of them are like typical explosion action, not that well-written movie.
No.
But he's still in a lot of them.
That one that he's going to be with that gorilla that turns really big, that white gorilla.
Oh, what is it, Rampage?
Something like that.
Yeah.
All the Fast and Furious movies that he's been in. I think he started like the 5th.
Yeah, I think they just brought him in because, they're all.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's like...
You just need another big muscle-headed bald guy.
Yeah, for real. The fact that he's like still working hard, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he could have easily just stopped working out as much as he did.
Yeah, once he got that Disney money after Game Plan, come on now. Call it a day.
But he's huge.
Yeah,
like,
he is.
He might be at WrestleMania this year.
Really?
That's a rumor because they need something for Ronda Rousey to do. And I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. They had like a confrontation. It was The Rock and Ronda Rousey and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had like a confrontation, and Rousey like hip tossed the McMahons, basically. So they're like, well, like if she wants to do a full time performer, like, that's the way to do it. Like, that's a rematch that could happen and make sense.
Like, is she gonna be like full time? Like, is she gonna be like on Raw?
She's signing her full time contract. Yeah.
Okay.
The whole dispute though with her is she full time like Shawn Michaels full time was, or is she gonna be full time time. Like Brock Lesnar's full time.
Oh yeah, well he just like wrestles during the pay-per-view events.
Once every 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll show up.
I think she's gonna be more Brock Lesnar than
I think so too. But at the same time, I would put my money on that, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was more full time because I feel like she's done UFC.
She's definitely done UFC.
Yeah, and I don't think she's getting into acting.
I think this is her springboard into more acting.
It could be, yeah. So I'll see. She signs 2 weeks, I think, is the pay-per-view where she signs her contract.
Okay.
Because she just appeared at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. That was not too long ago too. No, I saw an article talking about her potentially being on SummerSlam.
I didn't watch it. Anyway, the third guy I was gonna say was the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, he's they're talking. I saw an article about him potentially going into another WrestleMania. I'm
so old. He is. He's 53 years old.
Yeah, he's close to 60.
He's
enough choke slamming people. Just retire.
Well, that's the thing. People don't want him to come back because last year's WrestleMania when he quote unquote retired.
Yeah.
It was pretty well done. He put his gear in the ring and then he left. And that should be it. Yeah. But WWE and him never confirmed he retired. Yeah. I mean, he's pretty behind the scenes, but he's the fact that WWE didn't say anything about their biggest star, it was kind of a hold on, what's going on here?
Even Kane was hey man, I'm just gonna run for governor of Tennessee, man. And he did! And he fucking ran for governor of Tennessee.
And then I
don't know if he won.
I don't know if he won either, because he was just in WWE, he was in a title match at the Royal Rumble with Brock Lesnar.
He's up there too.
And Braun Strowman, but Braun Strowman's just a wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there, but Kane definitely, I don't think he was ever at Undertaker's level. Undertaker lasted so long with a character that shouldn't have worked. The dead man.
Who doesn't really say a whole lot.
No,
but he just worked. I don't know why it works, but it works really, really well.
Yeah,
it is amazing.
It was funky, and then he lasted for so long.
Yeah,
and then they tried to do the American Badass one where he rode the motorcycle and he wasn't.
Oh.
He changed his movesets a little bit.
Yeah.
And he was still the Undertaker, but different.
Yeah.
But then they brought it back, and then they brought it back in 2004, and he lasted until 2017, probably 2018.
Yeah.
What? How
I
do
can't
you do that? Yeah.
It always throws me off, hearing him talk, really hearing the other character talk. Yeah. Undertaker talk, because he did he got interviewed for the Ric Flair 30 for 30. He talked during that.
He was still the Undertaker in that.
Yeah,
he wasn't. I mean, his real name's Mark Calloway, but it was still funny that Sting was out of his face paint, and I think they might have used his name.
I think so.
And a couple other people, it was just them. It wasn't in character. The fact that it still said the Undertaker.
Gotta keep up the facade at all times.
Yeah, but wrestling.
We hit it all. Stuff. We hit boxing. I think we hit some sports we haven't hit yet today.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to mention John Wooden as a coach. Just the fact that he won 10 titles.
Yeah, at UCLA. He dominated.
And he kind of set the standard for coaching.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Well, yeah.
Everybody gets compared to him.
Yeah.
And he did it in college, too. Belichick has Brady.
Yeah.
He gets there as long as he wants.
Saban's doing it in college.
Yeah. How many does he have now?
I think
4?
5.
Does he have 5? Was this one 5?
It might be 5 or 6.
I don't think it's 6.
Because I know he won one with LSU.
Oh, I was thinking about just Bama.
Oh.
Nick Saban. He can. That's the crazy thing in college too. How they own the state. He could do anything he wants in Alabama, and they'll defend him.
Oh yeah, I think he has either 5 or 6.
But I think that's a thing with. I don't know if it would be remembered he'll be remembered as a great coach. But I feel like there'll be more like him. There'll be more stern.
Yeah.
No nonsense coaches
who win a lot.
Yeah, but
even I don't coaches like Bear Bryant in college ranks, but that was such a long time ago.
Oh yeah,
and nobody.
It says 5. Alabama's 5th title in 9 seasons.
Okay, so then he has 6 because he has the one with LSU then too.
So he has 6 overall.
Yeah, I think.
But 5 with Bama.
Yeah. Like 5 in 9 years is really impressive, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, 5 in 9 years.
And he lost in the playoffs to Ohio State that first year, too.
Yeah.
And then obviously lost to Clemson the year before.
Clemson, yeah.
So to be like go to like 7 of the last 9 championship games, or I guess six of the last 9. Then I guess since they lost in like the semifinal to Ohio State. That's insane.
That is insane.
You're going to the championship game 67% of the time of the last 9 years.
And it's, not to take anything away from that, but there is that like right in the middle. It's the playoffs.
Yeah.
Versus just BCS.
Saying,
they're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the one year they were like actually like really the best. Going against that when they went against Notre Dame.
Notre Dame should have been in that game.
They should not have been in that game.
They barely beat. I remember they barely beat USC. Like USC, it was like 4th and goal.
And that was like down down year USC too, wasn't it? Because they didn't really have a quarterback.
That was like after
like the sanctions. Yeah. The Reggie Bush sanctions.
Yeah, and they lost because they failed to convert a 4th and goal. And Notre Dame snuck out of it.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way they're gonna.
And they got ran through. It was like 42-7 or something like that. That was bad. That was a really bad game.
That was one of the worst championship games I've ever seen. Like, that was so. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do think we hit all sports.
Yeah, we hit a lot of them.
Yeah, got boxing in. Got
WWE.
Got wrestling in. Got
baseball, basketball, football, college football, hockey. We talked about hockey. We hit them all. Proud of us.
Yeah. Any luge players?
No.
No skeleton.
There is this one curler for US who said looks like Mario.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Like Matt Richardson or something like that.
Yeah.
Because he was like in the mixed doubles with his sister.
Yeah, I know the dude's name. Hamilton. That's his
Hamilton. Name. Matt Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
I knew it was some like kind of generic name like
Matt
that.
and Becca.
Yeah.
Hamilton. Yeah, he does look like
with the hat, with the red hat and everything.
The tweet with Aaron Rodgers because they're from Wisconsin.
Oh no, I didn't see that Aaron Rodgers tweet.
It was him with the mustache and the red USA hat that he was wearing, and then they tweeted Aaron Rodgers in the green Packers hat, and he had the mustache.
Yeah.
Curling. Talking to my dad the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just here watching the Olympics with your mom. It says it's supposed to be curling, but they're showing ice skating, so I'm disappointed." Why is curling so big?
Because it's just such a weird.
I know it's so weird, but it's like every 4 years.
It's like it shouldn't be an exciting. It shouldn't be an exciting sport to watch, but it is.
Well, it is.
It's riveting. I was on the edge of my seat yesterday watching curling. It was USA versus Italy, and it was like down to like the very last stone, I guess, and Italy snuck it out. I was pissed. I don't know why I was pissed. I'm not gonna care about it in 2 weeks when it's over.
Yeah. All right. Well, curling happened.
Yeah.
That's why it's like every 4 years it just becomes so popular.
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't.
It's insane. It's insane to me, but but I get it. That's a sad thing.
I just love hearing them yell, especially in like the ones that don't speak English.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can hear like USA or Great Britain or something.
Yeah.
Like you can understand
Canada,
yeah. Other people like Norway or like Sweden. They're like, like, I'm so confused. What just happened?
They have like percentages, like accuracy percentages too. Like he's been 77% accurate through this tournament, or like 83% accurate throughout the rest of the competitive year. What?
They play besides now? Like, are there seasons?
All right.
Yeah, we hit 56 minutes.
But that's time, right?
All right, that was one of a kind players / moments /
other random things that we're probably talking about.
Let us know what you think about stuff.
Yeah, whenever this happens, whenever this comes out.
Yeah. Editors.